is exactly 35 minutes past the hour. Welcome back to Sunday Live here at Citizen Television on this World Cup Sunday. I know a lot of you are wanting to go and watch the World Cup, but before we do that, there was a very important election a couple of days ago in a place called Old Kalau. I just heard this evening from our reporter Emmanuel told that Old Kalau means the fat ant or the big ant, as in Iyo Kitu ant, yeah. And on the bench today, in the couch, is the newly elected MP for Old Kalau, Sammy Ngodo. Yeah. And right next to him is the architect of that by-election, John Methu. Bears the same initials, JM, like a man we'll talk about very shortly. In the meantime, gentlemen, good to see you both. Good. Leo Nim Kumbiad. The bearded sisters. By the way, do you guys know who? Because Sir Charles Jonjo, when he was Attorney General, right, he described, I think there were 7 of them back in the day, as the 7 bearded sisters. Yes. Because they were so outspoken. Right. Just like our man here is very outspoken. Do you remember these 7 bearded sisters?
Yes.
Swabia.
Moja ni Lawrence Ifuna. Kunaye Koigo Amwere.
Yes.
Kunaye James Orengo, the governor of Siaya.
There was Mwashengu.
Mwashengu. Mwachoz. Yes.
There was Chelagat.
Chelagat, yes. Mutai.
Yes.
And there was Midika from Nyando. There was a guy from Nyando called
George Nyona?
No, not George.
George wasn't there?
No, George was not there.
Abuya.
Abuya was there.
Abuya was there.
So you guys are the new bearded sisters. They're the beard gang. Yeah. By the way, congratulations,
Thank you so much.
Ilikuwaje, how was it?
Well, it wasn't easy. We thank God. It was such a tough moment. Campaigning against government. Government brought all its machinery to the ground. So the people, first and foremost, is to thank God for the victorious win, and also the people of Old Kalau for making that firm decision against all those goodies that came to Old Kalau.
And there were lots of goodies.
Lots of goodies. Yeah? Lots of goodies.
Mattresses, gas cylinders, color.
Watu walikuwa naamka serikali kulala serikali. It was all about goodies here and there. So
did you know you would win?
Well, elections are very scientific. From the word go, when our MP passed on, there was a poll that was conducted by government, and it placed me at the front. And I knew with the right strategy, I was poised for a win. Yes.
Senator, tell me something. What is it about Nyandarua that makes it so unique? Tell us.
Well, thank you, Jeff, and good to see you again.
Good to see you.
I'm sure you are also excited to see our new MP. That you forgot that since we last met, I have now a new title.
Yes, SG.
I'm now Secretary of...
so you want to be addressed as SG?
It feels very nice to be SG of the largest party that we have. I would say that it was not easy. But I told you when I last came here, I have been in Nyandarua for quite some time. And I know those people. If you remember the last time I was here on a Sunday, it was just the week after we buried our MP.
Correct.
And it was that day that I told the big man that, of course, I respect him because he should be respected. The only thing is that we should not fear him because there's nothing to fear. I mean, why should we fear him? I told you that we should not fear him. And it has come to pass. I know those people so well. I give you that narrative that those people who are mobilized by government to come to that stadium, they were paid 2,000 each, 6,000 people were sitting in the tents, and they were told that they should not allow me and Rigathi Gachagua to speak. Yeah. But we were, I mean, the men of the moment. We were the men of the match. Because I know those people very well. I had no doubt in my mind that the people of Nyandarua, because Nyandarua, if you do not know, if you read some bit of history, it has produced very great leaders. No.
The most famous, J.M. Kariuki, and the most famous.
Maybe
right?
not necessarily the most famous, because the leader of the Baumau movement was Dedan Kimathi. Right. He is right from Nyandarua. So therefore, and if you read the story of the Baumau uprising, it was born and bred in Nyandarua. That was the headquarters of Baumauism that time. So therefore, Even now, I had no doubt in my mind that the people of Nyandarua who actually in the front in terms of proving to the nation that it can actually be done. I'm very grateful about what happened in Olkalau. I have been there. I was there for 60 days. I just came back from Olkalau today. Not because I had any doubt in my mind that I would vote for our candidate, but because we needed to encourage our people that they should come out and vote. And there is a lesson, a very big lesson that we have come with from Olkalau. And a message to the people of Kenya that nothing would beat the spirit of a determined population. Nothing would beat the spirit of a determined population. Yeah. Let me tell you, Jeff, because I was in Olkalau, a voter who voted in Olkalau, 35,000 who voted for our candidate, 86%. And by the way, those guys knew that we are taking them to a single digit because we were very determined to ensure that UDA gets a single digit. Forget about that 13% that they got. And I want to also set records straight. The 5,000 that that UDA candidate got were his votes. Because him, first, he's our son. I think they even went to the same church with Kamau here. Number two, he was working in Keraho's office, so therefore he was a bit known. If it was Kamau versus William Ruto, William Ruto would not have gotten 500 votes. He cannot get 500 votes. So the point that I was making is the lesson that we are coming with for Olkalau is, and I was telling him just now when we were on the launch, a person who voted for him woke up having slept on a mattress given by government, covered himself with a blanket given by government, woke up and cooked tea with a gas cylinder that was given by government, bought bread with money that was given by government. In the evening of the day before election, he ate rice and beans given by government. On his farm, there are avocado trees that are growing given by government, and his son is coming with a train that is has been provided by government. And those of us who come from Mirangini, and we are very privileged. We are moving from this side of Mirangini to the other side. We were using a boat given by government, and we went to vote for Sammy Douglas Kamau Awero. But Sammy, that is the kind of determination that we
Sammy, let me ask you this.
Right.
This victory was overwhelming. Let's face it, right?
Right.
35,000 to 5,000.
Right.
But you still, like Senator says, you ate everything the government gave you.
Right.
That's very unfair.
Right.
Munakula zao, it wasn't right.
Tulikula fair.
There's a new thing going in town saying there are 4 things that can't be bought with money. Trust, patience, time, and a resident of Olkalau. Those are the 4 things you can't buy with money. Yes. Sad to say that it bordered on voter bribery. It wasn't genuine. And people could see the ingenuity, that these people are not genuine in whatever they were doing. Ministers coming, streaming in, people that were not there when we needed them. They came with goodies, and we knew that it would last up to 17th. In fact, maybe 15th. And the local people, and maybe the general population, now know that for you to be elected, you don't have to now pile enough amount of money, then go for the campaigns. People now need genuine leaders, people that will promise and deliver.
Yes.
Yes.
By the way, you two are both students of history, so you know this. Kipipiri, 1995.
Yes.
Remember?
September. I remember.
KANU had a very strong candidate. KANU threw a lot of money into Kipipiri.
Right.
Kibaki's DP candidate had no chance then. But you Nyandaruans, you turned this thing around.
Yes. Kipipiri, in fact, is the current 3 constituencies.
By the way, how old were you in 1995?
1995, I was 9. 9 years old. But I still remember.
How old were
you? Of course I was. Yeah, I was 4.
Guy. You look 4?
I was 4. Yeah.
I was 30, man.
Hey, jeez, man.
And you still look 30.
So anyway, yes. You're telling us about Kipipiri.
It was 3 constituencies. Ojorok, Olkalau, where we are, and now Kipipiri. It was 1 constituency. There's a guy who was in Ford Asili from Kinangop. He was the one poised to win, but he took his papers late to ABC. That time ABC was ECK.
ECK, correct.
And it was in Nyeri.
Yeah.
So he was barred from Vine. Kimani Wanyoike. That's how Paul Githiomi, now the DP candidate,
yes.
everyone pushed their support towards Githiomi. Joe Maina was from my area, Olkalao.
The Kanu guy?
Yes, and the one who had passed on, Moshemi, also is from a place called Tumaini in Olkalao. And the same thing, electricity posts. I remember in our village, Huruma, Hapo Chini, so many posts. There was no electricity then. Posts were brought in numbers. That time Jirongo had already started 1992, the 500 shillings note.
Yeah, ile Jirongo.
Yeah, ile Jirongo. Kuna peanwa sana kina wazee wetu, our fathers would go for those money or that money. And at the end of the day, it was the statement on Taifa Leo was Moi, Aonja, Pilipili, Kipipiri.
You remember that headline? Moi, Aonja,
Pilipili, Kipipiri. Yes. In our home, we had coined a new one in our mother tongue. We said it will be Ruto, Korutuo, Buruguto, Karau.
Gentlemen, hold that thought. I love that conversation. We're going to go straight to Mike because it's World Cup, Leo. Finally, Mike is standing by at Carnival Grounds. Mike, what you got, man? What you got? I see there's a crowd. It looks like a good ambience. I'd love to join you in a little short while. You know, Tuambie, paint a picture for us.
Well, Jeff, I can hear you. The excitement is building at the Carnival. Remember, this is the watch party by Crown Paints. It is the Crown Your Game campaign that we started on Citizen TV together with Crown. We're in studio for 1 week with the World Cup band.
I was trying to get out of the building, but security on block your gate. Alafu tuna bearded sisters hapa, lazima niwaongeleshe, alafu ndivyo nikuje. So please prepare the way, and good stuff, man. Enjoy the game, man. It's about to start in what, about 5-6 minutes, yeah? Excellent. Michael Kinyi there, having fun as always. We know who he's supporting tonight. In the meantime, the bearded sisters are in the house. Folks from Old Kalau, which I learned today means big ant. Is that true? It means a big ant. See, in Ma, right? We've got the MP-elect from Old Kalau, Sammy Ngodo Kamau, and the mastermind of that by-election, Senator John Methu. Wote ni Mandefu. Itakuwa Mandefu gang hapa. Because I can't even grow a beard, but let's take a break, come back, talk about JM legacy going forward. What does this win mean for 2027? What does it mean?
Right.
Keep tweeting, folks, at Koinangajeff, at Citizen TV, the hashtag is Sunday Live. Sunday Live takes a break. We'll be back. Do not even think of touching that dial. Back in a moment. Coming up on Sunday Live, we speak to Senator John Methu, the strategist behind the Old Kalau victory, and MP-elect Sammy Ngodo on the by-election win and the road to 2027. It is exactly top of the hour. Welcome back to Sunday Live here at Citizen Television. On the couches tonight is Old Kalau all the time. That's what I'm talking about. The senator from Old Kalau, John Methu's in the house. He's the architect of the just concluded by-election. And the newly elected member of parliament from Old Kalau, Sammy Ngodo Kamau. It was a landslide or the Standard quoted it as a whitewash. And they know why. Nyandarua is something else. Gentlemen, but let's not discount the fact of the goonism in that election, Senator. The goonism.
Let me say this, Jeff, and by the way, the Honorable Member of Parliament for Kipipiri, Wanjiku Moya, says hello, and she says that she was there in 1995. Now she's the Member of Parliament. She was there in 1995. She was not voting though, but she was there. She says hello. Now, there are 2 or 3 lessons that we pick from Old Kalau. Number 1 is that determination of our population. You know, that kind of determination. I wonder whether you saw a woman, maybe in her 50s or 60s, facing a goon with a gun and told that goon in Kikuyu, if you are circumcised, shoot at me. And I mean, a woman of that age, that shows resilience. So one lesson that we carry from Olkalau that should be what we are carrying to 2027 is that on any election, any day of voting, we shall call it Democracy Day. Nothing else will happen that day. You vote, and it's not just voting. You vote and protect your vote. Just imagine if our people had gone home. Those goons were not meaning anywhere. But our people really fought blood and sweat, and they ensured that they protected the vote. They were being shot at, and they can't leave the polling station. I saw it in St. Joseph, in a polling station called St. Joseph. Old women, they were there. Bullets right, left, and center. So that is lesson number one. Lesson number two, and if William Ruto is actually keen on killing this goon culture, the person that I think is the mastermind of this goon culture is Kipchumba Murkomen. And I'll tell you why. In fact, his name must change. He can no longer be called Cabinet Secretary for Interior. He's Cabinet Secretary for Goons. I have every reason to believe that he's Cabinet Secretary for Goons. I'll tell you why. A day after the election, he said that we have had one of the most peaceful by-elections. One of those peaceful by-elections that are being referred to as peaceful by-election. Very few voters voted from 1 o'clock to the close of the polling station. That's why I told you that we would have gotten at least 75% voter turnout, the highest, because the people were very determined. But the goons were shooting right, left, and center. And I want to thank our police in uniform. Every policeman that was in Okaro in uniform, I am very grateful for what you did. Unfortunately, these goons are wielding so much power that they are fighting both the civilians and the policemen in uniform. If you saw those clips in Olkalau. Yeah. Now, let's take it a little back. When our party leader was attacked in a place called Witima, the people who attacked him are known. They are police officers. We have complained. We went to the Inspector General of Police. We told him it is so and so and so and so and so. No action was taken. In fact, I hear they were promoted. This can only happen if it has a direct sanctioning or the direct input of the person who is in charge of that particular ministry. And the reason why we are putting it on Murkomen, much as Professor Kindiki is a useless leader, in his days, we were not seeing this kind of open goonism. In his days when he was Cabinet Secretary for Interior. Now come to Olkalau. He says that, and I've even seen just now, I think they knew you're coming for JKL and we speak about these things. So I've seen that the DCI is saying that they are now investigating goonism in Olkalau. First of all, how do you say that there were few incidences and 2 people are lying in the mortuary and hundreds of our people have been injured? Hundreds of our people have been injured. I went to see one young man who was clobbered at a place called Royal Gardens. He can't even speak. He can't even do anything. He was clobbered so badly. So many of our people have broken arms, broken legs, and what have you. So you can't say that the election was peaceful. In almost out of the 73 polling stations, I think violence was in like 50 or 60% of all the polling stations.
Let me ask my
so therefore, let me say this. And where I want to place it right on the door of Murkomen. You've seen, it is even on the Sunday Nation, that the vehicles that were being used, they are known because they are coming with number plates that are on those vehicles. Every Kenyan, including yourself, you can go and Google and get to know who owns which car. Yes. So if one of the cars is owned by Kiambaa MP, John Njuguna Kawanjiko, and is still roaming freely, how do you say that you are investigating goons? You should first arrest him, then he will tell you these goons that you are carrying, where had you gotten them from? We saw many vehicles from even people that are known, people from Kinangop, a member of staff of the member of parliament for Kinangop. His vehicle was felling goons in a place called Nyadundo. Let me ask you, Jeff, in your life, because you're older than me, have you ever seen anybody shooting from the top of a car, shooting at civilians?
Only in a movie.
It has never happened.
Only in a movie.
But you saw it in Olkalau.
Yes.
And then somebody want to say that that election was peaceful. Let me say, and I want to give hope to the people of Kenya, because we are taking William Ruto home. And I told you last time, and you've seen it, the signs are there. You've seen 86%, and it's not even 86. I'm repeating that even these 5,000, you can't attribute it to William Ruto. It's because that guy Mushina is also a child of a woman, so therefore we had to give him something at least to go home with. But in 2027, now we are in 2027.
Let me ask
let me finish. He can't concentrate that kind of number of goons in one constituency. That is thing number one. Number two, he can't get that kind of policemen to be everywhere. So the people who overwhelm these goons of Murkomen and the people who actually protect their votes, and the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has actually said today, if government cannot protect us, then we protect ourselves. Finally, in terms of the campaign money that William Ruto has spent, I think I hear he has spent 1.3 billion. There's a friend of mine who works, or who is a friend of his. He told me that they started speaking about Olkalau and he was slapped. You know, a very senior person was slapped, because William Ruto cannot believe that he gave people 1.3 billion and he got 5,000 votes. Even if he was to give 1.3 billion for every constituency, you have a manuscript from Olkalau. He will give you 1.3.
That's 50 billion.
Not 50 billion. Plus. It's 290 billion because we have 290 constituencies.
How were you able to mobilize these people and also to guard the vote? Despite what the Senator says, there were goons everywhere. How were you able to do that? And can you do it again next year?
Well, first and foremost, I wish to state here that William Ruto, our president, in 2022, when he was going for his campaign, he talked of institutionalizing politics and even promised Kenyans that neither again will state machineries be used by politicians to intimidate voters or even competitors in politics. And even in the blueprint of the Kenya Kwanza government, the plan, what they used to call, dubbed the plan, they had talked strictly on those issues, saying the judiciary will not be used, the DCI, the police. What we witnessed is something I've never seen in my life. I've voted several years or several times in the general elections. I've never seen what I saw in Olkalau, Jeff. I was at the center of what was happening. Because at around 2 p.m., but we had seen it previously, during the campaign periods, a hotel in Olkalau used to house them, these goons, hooded goons. Hotel where even some of our supporters were attacked. The young man that Senator has talked about, and luckily he has survived. He's at home, though not talking. We lost 2 men, and one of the most bitter ones that I've seen featured at Citizen, Gakinya, is a truck driver, leaves Arusha, comes to Nairobi, takes a matatu to Olkalau, even pays a friend to give him his position so that he votes and get back to his truck. When he's exiting, the hooded gangs come. Well, you have asked a very important question. We are an agricultural center. People don't know how to fight in Olkalau. In fact, in politics, we only engage on verbal issues. This was the first one. But people rose against these rogue goons. First, we barricaded the roads. We ensured that because they were moving with vehicles, Prados that you've seen, and Subarus, and there was some pickups, we ensured that we barricade most of the main roads so that their movement would be restricted. Even people fell trees. People offering to fell their own trees. Women put stones on the roads. And whenever they would chase or try to enter a polling station, people would come en masse and they would exit. They wanted to occupy mainly around 4 or 5 police stations when they saw that things were not going their way, so that the election results are not announced, and then we are given more time by ABC. But I have to commend the uniformed police. Though they had orders to stand down, whenever they appeared, those hooded people, they stood down and allowed them to enter the police station, the polling stations. But them, they carried out their duties very responsibly. And I wish to call out on those police with uniform. If they respect their work, because it's a service, if we, as a country, we don't want to go the Haiti way, we must institutionalize those institutions like police service. Let them do their job. If they had been left to do their job, we would not have witnessed what we witnessed in Olkalau. 2 p.m. up to 5 p.m., running, chasing. They come with weapons that were even superior to the ones with the policemen that were manning the gates. I have never seen, and they would fire at will. There's one even who women shouted as he pointed directly, asema nakumaliza huyu, nakumaliza. And funny enough, and this one I have to say, on national media, they spoke our language. because we interacted with them, they spoke our language. They knew every Panya routes. So they had guides from Olkalau. And I've seen one of the media guy in the president's service, Itumbi, saying that some of the supporters have been...
the mobilizers.
Yes, they have been...
Yeah.
It's a blatant lie.
Huh?
It's a blatant lie.
They're saying that they have been...
it's a blatant lie.
There's 20 of them who are fearing for their lives. Meske Mambo.
No, of course, they are trying to get a narrative that they can sell to the president. They don't know the explanation that they can give to the president because of that resounding defeat. There's no person from Olkalau who fought with a person from Olkalau. I'm telling you because I was there, and we are one community. That candidate, that UDA candidate, we met many times. By the way, that day that they were attacking our supporters at a place called Royal Gardens, they were actually taking tea with him, the UDA candidate. Those who are being attacked, they were with the UDA candidate because we are one people. We have been born together. As the member of parliament has aptly put it, we have only had verbal wars. You can never see a person from Olkalau throwing a stone at another person. So therefore, and anyway, the reason why nobody from Olkalau would be worried about the 5,000 who voted for Mushina is because they didn't vote for William Ruto, and we know they voted for Mushina, and so it's not a problem because that's our son. There is one thing, Jeff, that I'm saying. This man, Kipchumba Murkomen, is a recipe for chaos in 2027 because the goons who attacked us in church in Wetima, the very same people are some of those who came to Olkalau. So therefore, and there are also those who are at All Saints Cathedral here, and their faces are known. You pray them here every time. We have given their names to the Inspector General of Police. So this is just a special school that he has outside the main National Police Service. How therefore would you say that you are Minister for Interior or a Minister for our own internal security, and you are running a parallel militia that is meant to deal with other people politically? Because you see, there was no threat of any nature in Olkalau.
But in fact, 2027 will be ugly. I mean, you have to be worried.
Let me tell you, the lesson that we carry from Olkalau is that, and I've told you, once our people are determined to take William Ruto home, nothing will stop us from taking him home. Because our people, as I've said, election day on the 10th of August will be Democracy Day. You vote and you stay at the polling station until it has been counted. Let me say this to the IBC. I have a mixture of feelings of how IBC treated us in Olkalau. Number one, the local team, our returning officer and the POs, our county elections manager, they conducted a credible election. I feel that they really gave us a credible election. But when we went to receive the certificate, one commissioner called Hassan Noor said that the cases of violence were scattered here and there. You saw what the commission did to one of us, the Honorable Member of Parliament for Kipipiri, Honorable Anjiko Moya, who just said, any person who is not from Olkalau will not vote in Olkalau. They summoned her and they really mistreated her. Now, this issue of bribery, where do you place, and because it is contained in the electoral code of conduct, where do you place matrices that are given and you're told that they are being given in the presence of a government candidate, if that is not bribery? Where do you place, state officers are not supposed to campaign. How then do you see a cabinet minister working hand in hand with a candidate, and IBC just keeps a blind eye to it? How and where, when will then anything qualify to be bribery?
Yeah. Sammy, are you worried about 2027? Because you have to run again in 1 year, so.
Right.
Are you worried?
Well, first things first, I need to deliver to the people of Olkalau within that 1 year. There are things that we agreed with them on the ground that must be done within this 1 year. So that is the most important thing for now, not the election, because we cannot only be talking about election after an election.
What's your biggest thing that you want to do in the next 12 months?
Well, we have said prudent use of the money that is given to the constituency, CDF. It's 200+ million. We want to utilize it well in terms of bursary allocation, in terms of upgrade of our infrastructures. Also, I promised the people of Olkalau, the grade 6 pupils that will be transitioning to grade 7, full school uniform. So generally those three, and then again having a voice for them, someone who speak what they want to be said, because we've had legislators that are not representing the will of the people. Yeah. They have been bought by this government, and their work is only yes sir. They are Mr. Yes sir, Mr. Yes sir. We want to bring that voice in terms of representation, both at the Assembly, at the National Assembly, and also on the ground. Let me ask you this. Yes. Do you think JM Kariuki would be proud of you guys right here? Would he be proud wherever he is? Well, JM is a figure that we never met, but we've read and heard about him. My mom used to say, my mom passed on, that people cried, literally cried. I was 9 years old. Wow. March 2nd, 1975. Yes. I was 9 years old. Wow. It was, oh my God, shocking. We're in the old school. Senator, but this is the new JM Kariuki here. Yes. JM stood against the bureaucracy of that time. Yeah. And I've read even people close to the president then blocked him from meeting him to address the issue. And he's the famous quote of Kenya's made of 100 millionaires. No, 10 millionaires and 10 million paupers. Right? Yes. Gentlemen, let's take a break. Come back. There's a lot of feedback. A lot of people are asking us questions. Let's do that. We've got the first interview from the MP-elect from Olkalau. Sammy Ngotho Kamau is in the house. And the mastermind, the man who JM Kariuki would have been smiling at right now, the senator from Olkalau, John Methu. Wote ni mandefu. Sijui ni kwa nini baridi ya Olkalau ni nini? Ni njeve ya uko. Keep tweeting at Queen Anger Jeff, at Citizen TV, the hashtag Sunday Live. Sunday Live takes a break. I'll be back in a moment. And welcome back to Sunday Live here at Citizen Television. In the house today, Secretary General DCP, Senator from Nyandarua County, John Methu, the mastermind of what happened in Olkalau the other day. And right next to him is the young man who won that by-election, Sammy Ngotho Kamau. He's the MP-elect of Olkalau County, constituency in Nyandarua County. Lots of questions, folks, lots of feedback. I know you guys want to go and watch the World Cup, but real quick, my good friend, Fred Arunga, he's just said, Senator Methu, congratulations on the Olkalau victory. He also said, congratulations, Sammy, on your election. He says, you have demonstrated that you can mobilize, organize, and deliver. How do you intend to translate that political instinct and grassroots energy into a broader national agenda? That's what Arunga is asking.
I wish you asked me that question that you asked Sammy. What do you think about 2027? And I would have answered. My preoccupation in my mind, and I told you last time that I was here, I never even think about what I'll be in 2027. Yeah. What is in my mind is how William Ruto will go home. What preoccupies my mind, Jeff, is how William Ruto will go home. And I told you why. If you get a bad parliament and a good president, the country will stand. If you get a bad parliament, I mean, people who are just people, useless guys here and there, it's okay if you have a good president. If you have a good parliament and a bad president, this bad president will influence this good parliament. Because like this parliament that we have now, everything about it, they just say yes, sir. Even things that they think are not, they are not making any sense. Now, you were running this story about Ebola, that they want to build a quarantine center in Kenya, in Nanyuki. And members of parliament from that region do not even have the spine to say that, no, let these patients go to their country. Let these people be contained where there's an Ebola outbreak. Where are you bringing them to Kenya? They can't say no, because William Ruto is running after these 2 or 3 billion that is being given by the Americans. You remember that story about the finance bill? Because every time we say that kids were killed, But we must ask ourselves, why were they killed? Because members of parliament passed the finance bill. So when they pass the finance bill, they are clapping. In the morning, you say that the finance bill is okay, you are clapping. In the afternoon, William Ruto refuses to assent to it, you are still clapping. So you are just clapping, you are just useless, you are just nothing. Because you don't have a mind. It's what William Ruto tells you. If William Ruto tells you that Ebola is okay, you just say it's okay. You know in your heart that Ebola is a very dangerous disease. But if it is William Ruto who has said, then you say that it's okay. So it's not about whether somebody will be elected. It's not about whether I will be elected. It's not about Rigathi Gachagua, Jeff Koinange or anything. Is that first we have to remove William Ruto. For us to try and fix this nation, we have to remove William Ruto. That is why I'm telling you that this on Kalau was a very good experience, because first they make every person from this republic who is angry at William Ruto, and I think everybody is. If you are a payslip holder, if you look at your payslip, you get very angry. If you are a person who has a human heart, if you think about the kids who have been killed in Olkalau in just a by-election, just because William Ruto is losing, he decides that he must now maim people, kill people, rape women, and what have you.
So, Mahesh, this is a litmus test, would you say? Olkalau was a litmus test?
Definitely it was.
It was a litmus test. And I'm telling you, 2027 will be easier. It will be easier because even if he has goons, he can't have as many goons to spread across the country. 90%. If he had like 300 goons in Olkalau, that was just one by-election. So he put every effort. William Ruto put every effort, money, he gave, let me tell you, Jeff, one vote in Olkalau, one vote for William Ruto, or not even for William Ruto because he didn't get anything. One vote that they got in Olkalau was costing about 300,000.
One vote? One vote,
yes. Because if he has spent about 1.5 billion in cash, if he has given projects, and we are not saying that we are against these projects, but there's giving projects and there's hoodwinking people. Why, if these projects were very good or they were in line with the delivery according to what government had planned, why were they not happening in Kipipiri?
Umerudisha hizo mattresses.
We saw it in the campaign trail. People would come with them, say my conscience doesn't allow. This mattress is meant for the sick, and maybe they are sleeping on the floor. We received them. I will continue receiving them and taking them to hospitals where they belong. But I have to say this, Jeff, from what your friend has asked, what we have seen, President Ruto has lost the aura. He has lost the mojo. People are tired with this government. They have a resolve. It doesn't take the leadership ourselves. It is the people. It is the people who went out to protect these votes. It is the people who stayed at the polling stations, said they will guard the votes till they are counted and announced. So you don't need to do much because the people already they are mad at what they are experiencing with this government, the cost of living and all this problem that we are having. So the people in 2027 will come out in numbers and speak, and you cannot force people to vote for you. And President Ruto knows that because in 2022 he wooed people, he talked to them well, he sold them ideas and they bought into his idea. Now you cannot intimidate them using policemen and goons because they'll get more angrier, they'll get even tougher, they'll want to take you out in 2027. So I've seen them saying this is not 2027 contest, this was just a by-election in Olkalau. This is the mirror of what will happen. In fact, it was on a lighter note. It will be, from where I sit, it will be worse.
And by the way...
Gentlemen, hold on. Let me get some feedback here. There's lots of feedback coming in thick and fast. Let's go to a magic wall. What do we have, folks? What do we have? Kasi Mikro says, show leo ni moto kama pasi. Uliza MP-elect. Mpango yake ni gani kwa mwana Olkalau, watching live from Koroshandet. Uko ni wapi? Koroshandet. Koroshandet, okay. Mpango yako ni nini?
Tumesema first we even have the projects that were brought by government. We'll push for them because it's the right of the people to get the projects. We'll push. I saw Moses Kuria saying that we will ensure that the projects are completed. We'll go check that they are properly budgeted for and they are pushed to completion. I have also promised prudent use of CDF money to benefit the people of Olkalau.
And anyway, Moses Kuria was saying that he's pushing for projects, yet he couldn't even push for his own job. He doesn't have a job. Let him first look for a job.
Next. M. Ndalo says, the people of Okalao came up with their own proverb saying, a hen can roam eating in the village, but she knows where to lay an egg. Ask John Matthew to explain it further. Is that true?
In fact, by the way, our people are saying, you're saying that they returned the gases and mattresses. They're saying they voted for William Ruto.
Yes.
He didn't give them anything. So it's like they voted for him in advance. This is the payment for the vote they voted for him in 2022. So he must prepare more if he wants to, for all the people, because they already voted for him.
Yes.
These 5,000 that we got, some people are calling me and that. Let me give you a funny story. One day I was with Sammy at home in a place called Mugumo. Then we were told that there's very many women at the gate, and we asked, we didn't have a meeting today. So they really insisted. So I said, let them come. They were from a place called Acacia. That's where they were going to get money. So they told us we have been caught by government, and we have been given 2,500, and we feel it in our heart that it's actually not right that we took this money. But since you people are really struggling with the campaign, we have decided we'll give you 1,000, we'll keep 1,500 because you are the people who went for the money, and they gave Sammy 1,000. Now the problem,
each of them.
Now the problem was where to keep that money, because we didn't want to touch William Ruto's money, so
yes.
we had to give it to one of our aides to go and repair the banners that had been broken.
Wow.
But that's the kind of love that we were seeing in Olkalau.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, the people who came to help us, ask all those agents who came to help us in Olkalau. They were not sleeping in hotels because the hotels were very dangerous. They were sleeping in people's houses. They were eating in people's houses. There were people who were living in people's houses 3, 4, 5 days, free of charge.
As strangers?
Yeah, just strangers. You're just then you are given some place to go and stay.
Wow.
The Honorable Wanjiku Moya, when she was being accosted by DCIs, she would get into any home, just come and they say, is Wanjiku Moya, okay, she would be taken care of, hata kama kuku imelalia mayai inachinjwa, anakula, because they really, that is a kind of patriotism, that is a kind of nationalism that is in our people.
Beautiful. Okay, next is Hassan says, are they identical twins? Mr. Matthew and MP.
Brothers in arm.
Brothers in arm. Paulo Nsema, Senator John Matthew, kitu anaogopa hii dunia ni mtu wa kinyozi pekee. Engineer Lazaro says, first of all, congratulations all Kalau residents for standing firm with their interests. The MP-elect should now stop election honeymoon fever and start working for the residents with immediate effect. Yeah, you just told us you have 12 months to go.
Yes, definitely. We need to hit the ground.
Yes. Gentlemen, real quick, I know you want to go and watch the second half of the World Cup, which is fantastic, which is very important. But I want some final thoughts. You first MP-elect, going forward, what do you tell the people of Okalao who are watching you right now?
Well, first of all, I want to thank the people of Olkalau for their resolve and standing firm, and for electing me with such a huge margin, that 5,000 votes was no mean feat. I owe it to you. From what you even listened, people had already thrown me under the bus, saying I was not old. But they put it to the whole of the country that the person of choice is Kamau. So I want to promise them. I told them I don't want to promise them too much, but I promise them that I'll be there for them when they need me. I will speak. I'll be their voice for everyone to hear, and stand in the gap that was left by the former MP who rested. I also have a message for the government of the day. The president, you owe it to Kenya to have a peaceful country. We don't want to go the Haiti way. It is such a shame seeing goons running during the election day with arms and all that kind of things. You need to call the House to order. Sack the CS of Interior, Murkomen. Bring in someone who is sober. Start having those what you promised. Institutionalize our politics so that we don't go way beyond what is needed, because at the end of the day, Kenya is our land and we need to protect it beyond politics. We don't have any other place to go to. Kenya ndio nchi yetu, na ni vibaya sana tuone if it had gone to a bigger height, we would have had bloodbath, brothers rising against brothers because of what Ethiopia is trying to bring. And I want also to say, please don't use this they are saying investigation to come and start harassing people, because we know the government can say we have gone to investigate, and you end up seeing people being harassed. I listened to the county commissioner talking to one of the blogger. That's not the kind of language we want to hear in our county. It's a very peaceful county. I don't think we need to go to that route. So President Ruto, you have a mandate, a very big mandate. You may not perform economically, you may not perform in other way, but you owe it to Kenyans to have peaceful transition coming to 2027, because most probably you are going home in 2027. Thank you.
Senator, you get the final word. Talk to the nation going forward.
First, I want to really thank the people of Olkalau. You've built resilience that will be remembered for many years. You just spoke about the by-election in 1995. It's 31 years ago, and it's never been forgotten. The people of Olkalau have earned a place, rightfully so, in the books and annals of our history, as people who stood and led an onslaught against a president who was not a good president. My second thing would be to the people of Kenya. You've seen it and you're learning from Olkalau. This thing is very, very doable. I know you're all tired with the administration of Mr. William Ruto. And therefore, as I have correctly said, let's all get ready. Let's all now get ready. Finally, or rather, to our leaders also, those who are in the united opposition, Linda Mwananchi, and everybody who loves this country. The people are united, and you've seen it from Olkalau. The people are all on one side. They're just waiting to just get one leader to lead us. I make a commitment that because I can only speak for the DCP party, if my party leader, Rigathi Gachagua, is given the ticket to fly the united opposition ticket, we have proven that we can actually guard and protect our votes. Let me also speak to President William Ruto. We are asking very little as a people of Kenya, because being president is the highest responsibility anybody will ever get. Whether he'll be one term or not, whether he'll be whatever, he will have gotten the highest civilian authority ever in the Republic. He's the fifth Kenyan to ever get that honor. Please, with great responsibility comes greater accountability. Why don't you just leave this country? Don't even make it even better, even for an inch. Why don't you leave it the same way you found it? Just the same way you found it. Because before you came in, we were not seeing goons raining havoc everywhere. Peace is the first and the most paramount gift that anybody would give to a country. You saw goons barricade the Thika superhighway. It has never happened in the history of this republic. At Pangani, where they are blocking the road, Muthaiga police station is like 200 meters. Pangani police station is like 300 meters. It has never happened. I know you really hold dear people from your prioritizement to hold very key security dockets, but you have competent people. You don't have to have Murkomen. You can have many people from I'm sure there are people who are from Rift Valley who are competent enough to hold such as a critical docket. Let me tell you, Jeff, you may speak like a joke, but if those people tried to steal that election in Olkalau, if they attempted to steal that election in Olkalau, that place will still be burning, because you can imagine 87% of every person in Olkalau is standing with Kamau, and then you want to grab it. If William Ruto would fight that hard in a by-election, you can imagine what is planning in the main election. I want to finally speak to anybody who wants to run, more specifically in our region and all the other regions. You saw, and I'm now speaking as the Secretary General of the party, you saw that we conducted a free, fair, credible, accurate nomination, and that is the determination that we have. Because that party is the most popular in our region and in many parts of the country. So therefore, we know that the nomination will be a matter of life and death. We are committed as a party to ensure that we give the people who will be running on our party a free and fair nomination. Do not fear to go to a nomination. Yeah. This young man here was insisting that he doesn't want to go to a nomination. And I told him, you have to face the people. Because once you get a ticket, then you become member of parliament. So therefore, is for everybody to agree to go for nominations, and for us as a party is a commitment that the nominations will be free and fair. Final thought. It's always dark when it's just about dawn. Our people, we just want, in fact, we are now counting days. We are now ticking days, ticking days, ticking days, ticking days. William Ruto is a very dangerous animal. And we have to hunt him down from all directions. We want the people of Western to unite and help us hunt him down from that side. We want the people from the coast to unite and hunt him from that direction. Rigathi Gachagua will be leading us from Mount Kenya to hunt him from this direction. Fred Matiang'i will be uniting with the people from Gusiland to hunt him from that direction. Sifuna and George Natembe will unite from the Western, and Cleopas Marara, they will hunt him from that direction because he's a very, very dangerous animal. And I'm sure that we even get patriotic Kenyans from Rift Valley who help us hunt him down. When you're hunting a dangerous animal, you don't hunt from the same direction. Let's hunt him from every direction. And when it is election day, once you vote, you don't go home. You know, a county commissioner was telling us, vote and go home. Vote and go home where? Who are you going home where? You're not going home until the first person to go home will be William Ruto.
All right.
The rest of us will remain in the polling station until we are sure that the votes have been counted and they have been tallied and they have been written that William Ruto has lost.
Senator John Matthew, thanks so much. DCP Secretary General.
Yes, sir.
Title, new title.
Yes.
MP-elect Sammy Ngova Kamau.
Thanks,
congratulations on your win.
Thank you so much.
And good luck going forward.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for much for your insight.
Thank
the Beard Gang is in the house. By the way, what's the score in the World Cup? Anybody? 0-0 first half? 33 minutes? Baruch Tuna time. Thanks so much for being a part of Sunday Live, folks. Really appreciate your time. Remember, if it's Sunday Live, it's all happening right here on Citizen Television. Let's do it again next week, same time, same place. What do you say? What do you say? We have no choice, as they say. All right. Have a good evening. Goodbye. Good luck. God bless the people of Okalao and Nyandarua County. God bless Kenya. Good night, everybody. Enjoy the game.
Hey.